Dear students, let's discuss another poem. An introduction by Kamala Das. This is an Indian poem. Kamala Das, an modern Indian writer. She speaks about the female position of India. India is a country in Asian region where females are not given their own freedom, right? They are the victims of male chauvinistic and patriarchal society, right? Kamala Das goes against that. She questions why can't females have their own freedom? Therefore, thus she challenges the man-made restrictions, impediments for female freedom. She is also a little bit satirical towards the political process of the country. An introduction. So she nominates it as an introduction. The writer uses very simple Indian English to convey ideas. I don't know politics, but I know the names. I don't know politics, but I know the names of those in power. Now, one thing, now Kamala Das educated, but many Indians are not educated. They don't know the reality. They just know the names of the rulers. Some people don't know that either. They are domestic objects. They are restricted to their four walls full time. Both Hindu and Muslim females are like that. I don't know politics, but I know the names of those in power. That is the common awareness of females. Their awareness about the world is very few, very little, and can repeat them like days of week or names of month beginning with Nehru. They know how to count the time periods beginning with Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru. It was Nehru who fought for freedom from British. Nehru as a politics and joined by Mahatma Gandhi as a freedom fighter, non-political freedom fighter. I am Indian, very brown, born in Malabar. She speaks about her background. I speak 3 languages. However, Kamala Das is different from the rest of the ladies because she learned 3 languages. I speak 3 languages, writing 2, dream in 1. I write in 2 languages. I dream in 1. With which language does she dream? That is her own native tongue. Normally, any person dreams with his or her native tongue, her own language. Don't write in English, they said. When she wrote in English, they said don't write in English because others have a problem, not to her. English is not your mother tongue. Why not leave me alone? Critic's friend visiting cousins. He asked, what does it matter to others, whatever I write? Whatever language I choose for thinking or writing, it is immaterial to others. That depends on me. So writer speaks about the absence of individual freedom in country. Not only male chauvinism, but also the interference of females. They don't like writing in English either. Right? When India was a British colony, English was the official language there. Therefore, so many people Learn to speak it. Not actually learn, they acquired, because British were speaking. All in mind alone. Sorry. Every one of you, why not let me speak in any language I like? She challenges the individual freedom, asking, why not let me speak in any language I like? That's true. India is a democratic country. Either female or male, one should have that freedom. For domestic matters, they don't speak English, but she writes in English poetry, writes poetry in English, becomes mine. Its distortions are sarcastic changes. Now in India, they don't use exact pronunciation like Sri Lanka. They use their own pronunciation. For example, Indians use last R, doctor, proctor, like that. When talking Hindi, half of words are English, right? I love, like that starting. Love you, Raja, like that. I think of you every night, every morning, and then begin with Hindi. Therefore, she is speaking about the distortions of English there, okay? It's queerness. Actually, in India, English is queer. Queer means strange, not original English. They have their own Indian English. Now she has written this also using Indian English. All mine alone. My choice should be mine. It's half English. It's okay, half English, half Indian. Yes, what I said then. When they talk their mother tongue, they use English, half English. Funny perhaps. Yeah, that is funny. But it's honest. Why it's honest? Because they use their language using English words also. They don't want to show they are tried in English. It is as humans as I am human. Don't you see? I am also human. The absence of human freedom. She says in India, as I said, females are not given their own individual freedom. The poet challenges that. It voices my joys. What I write in any language. It voices my joys, my longings, her wishes, her longings, my hopes. And it is useful me as coin is to cross or roar into the lions. She uses simile to say, yes, language mean what? Expressing ideas. They have also, animals, birds also have their own languages. But those languages don't have design features like human languages. Human languages are different from animal communication because of its design features. There's something called design features. I don't know whether Kamala does knows the design feature. She just says languages. It is as human as I am human. I don't see you. Don't see you. It voices my joys, my longing, my hopes, and it is useful to me as coin is to cross or roar into the lions. It is human speech, the speech of the mind that is here and not there, the mind that sees and hears and is aware. My mind sees the things. My mind knows the things, but many women don't know it. Many women are the victims of male dominance. They don't want to think their own, but this lady is different from that. She thinks her own. She challenges the restrictions. She challenges the prevailing social opinions, attitudes toward females. Not the deaf, blind speech. Many women are blind, many women are deaf. They don't go to argue males, they don't go to argue politicians, they don't want to talk against their uh, female positions' lack of freedom. Blind is speech of trees in a storm, of monsoon clouds, of rain, or the incoherent mutterings of the blazing funeral pipe. Here, there is something depth for us to analyze. Incoherent muttering of the blazing funeral pipe. Have you heard Sati Puja? Here, the poet refers to that blazing funeral pipe. After death, everyone is, especially Hindu, corpses are burnt in traditional funeral pyre. The poet doesn't talk about the traditional funeral pyre. That is about unfair social obligation. That when husband died, widow should plunge herself to the funeral fire and burn herself and die. That was the traditional way. But legally, constitutionally, that was abolished. But even now, in some distant areas, it's said that this is happening. That's their cultural practice, inhuman, tribal practice. The poet doesn't want to tell that directly, but she makes people think about it. I was child. She goes to her childhood. She recounts her childhood. And later they told me I grew. They told me that I grew. I became puberty. I became tall. My limbs swelled. And one or two places sprouted hair. She shows the features of a girl who attained puberty. When I asked for love, not knowing what else to ask, she became young and she had also desires like the rest of the humans, else to ask for. He drew a youth of 16 into bedroom and closed the door. She got married in 16 and her husband took her to bedroom and closed the door. Now here, another social tragedy. Unfair social and cultural obligation. Why? 16 mean child. A girl in 16 is not in her age of marriage. But India, that happened. Not only in the Sri Lanka, also in the past. 13, 14 also married. Now, your novel. Yes, nectarines you. Yes. In nectarines you, Rukmani marries in age 12. Nathan brought his heart in her age 12. 12 means little girl. That is one pathetic side of Indian society. Violation of human rights. He did not beat me, but my sad woman body felt so beaten. She is speaking about sexual relationship and also pregnancy. Her body physically not ready for a woman. Girl of 16 means her body is not physically ready to be a wife and a mother. She is too young. But what happened? The weight of my breast and womb crushed me. In childhood, her teenage, she became with child, right? She was pregnant. That's why she say a girl of 16 means she's a child, teenage. So she is a teenage mother then. Even now, When a girl is admitted to hospital because of pregnancy, if it is under 18, doctor mentioned teenage mother. I shrank pitifully. Then I wore shirt and my brother's trousers. That time Indian women were not given opportunity to wear trousers, But she says I wore brother's trousers. She is still young, small. Cut my hair short and ignored my womanliness. She says I ignored my womanliness. Now she questioned, why can't women wear trousers? Why can't women cut hair? India, culturally they are not allowed to do that. Right? They had to wear sari and traditional Indian dresses. If it is Muslims, they are burqa and other things. Yes. The others are relatives. Dress in sari. Be girl, be wife, they said. When she was at home before marriage, she wore her brother's trousers, cut her hair short and ignored womanliness. After married, they said dress in sari. Be girl, be wife, they said now. Because traditional wife didn't wear trousers. Traditional wife didn't cut hair short. They wanted to have long dresses. Be embroiderer, be cook, be a quarreler with servants. That in rich households, right, ladies quarreled with the servants. That is about the poverty. Rich people could have poor people as their servants. That social traits are also exposed here. Fitting or belong. Cried the categories. Categories mean male, female, girl, boy. Don't sit on walls. They asked me, don't sit on walls. She didn't have that freedom. Or peeping through our lace-draped windows. Lace-draped window, they couldn't peep through it. Peep through the road. Peep through the men. Be Amy. Or be Kamala. Or better still, be Madhavikuti. Husband's surname. It is time to choose a name, a role. Don't pretend in game. Those are the social impediments. The writer is against that. She goes against that. She doesn't want to be a woman like that. Don't play at schizophrenia or be nympho. Schizophrenia means a mental condition, right? And the nympho means a sexy girl. Don't be so. Don't be sexy. Yes. Why can't we be sexy? Nymphomania, there's a mental condition that means becoming sexually too much desired. Don't cry embarrassingly loud when jilted in love. I met a man, I loved him, called him not by any name. He is every man now. He is every man. Why? He is too much proud, too much male chauvinistic, too much oppressive, too much dominant, an absence of friendly communication. Now, you may think that this poet, Kamala Das, has just written some lines. This is a sort of an autobiographical poem through which she speaks about her own life. True. She tells she has no freedom to write in English. She has no freedom to wear her own dresses. She has no freedom to do her things, engage in her thoughts, her play, her behavior, right? But what happened? She was always dominant by her male chauvinistic world. Not only males, her elder females also did the same. Entire females absorbed the values of that social society, Indian society. Indians got freedom from British but they didn't get human freedom, individual freedom. The poet is talking about the absence of freedom for her life. Instead of that, she had to suffer. She's a victim of suffering. But fortunately, she knew how to write poetry. Therefore, she expresses her stricken ideas, the idea that is stricken in her heart as poetic lines. Right? In a video, actually, every day I said all the things can't be spoken. Right. Okay, the themes are the individual absence of individual freedom, female dignity, male dominance, patriarchal society, right? Language barrier, cultural restriction, etc. The themes here. Okay, dear students, let's meet in other poem or short story in next video. Have a nice day.